Birthday. This your boy, Hype Fan Jer. You are now tuning in to Hype Fan Eagles. Yeah, man. First of all, you already know I want to start off giving my gratitudes and thanks to all the followers and subscribers, all the people that have been commenting and liking, putting their thoughts onto it. I always got to start my videos to showing my appreciation to everybody that's tuning in and actually supporting. So we appreciate y'all, and we're gonna continue this, continue to do that. And yeah, like we gonna have more for you. But yeah, it's just I wanna share my thoughts on, you know, this defense of more what's moving this off season and everything. First, excuse me, I'm a little rough. I'm off of work. Been a long night over being at work. I do a little overnights and everything, but yeah, I had to jump back into this to get y'all my thoughts on how I feel was going on with the defense on the equal side. But yeah, we most people probably heard that we just signed Kentavius Street, you know, for a 1 year contract. So for for a defensive tackle, and I like that move because I'm liking that they stand focused on this defense. I'm liking that they continue to keep their mind on keeping this defense, having this defense to be prepared and ready for next season. So I appreciate that our team is actually really getting prepared. We ain't they not going away from what's important right now, and that's the defense. Just on the fact that since the fact we done let go, and I know that they didn't want to. It's just how the money flow and how everything is going. They had to let go Hargrave. He was a good, good lineman. He had multiple sack. I think he was the second one after Reddick with the most double digits of sack. Excuse me, I don't really know the accurate number, but I know he was up there with Reddick, and you know how much Reddick had, about like 18 or 19 sacks, I believe. But yeah, and he did his thing. So to actually have to let go of Hargrave and to actually make another move on the defensive lineman is what I like. I'm not saying it was the easy. It's not an even swap from far. It's not an even swap until we see what he's going to do going to the 23 to 24 season. But I like that he's trying to make move to cover that position back up for us letting go him. And now they like, you know what, we going we gonna get somebody else for this lineman. So I like that. We went out and got the linebacker, another safety from the Steelers. We went out and got brought back cornerbacks and everything. They really focused on this defense, and that's what I want to see because the offense is pretty set. The offense is good. The offense is straight. I feel like the offense is going to be prepared for next season. It's just the defense is what needs to be where it needs to be at. And that focus needs to be on the defense. And I'm glad that Howie is actually focusing on the defense, not trying to do too much and trying to do extra stuff and doing this on the offense and all that. I'm hearing a lot that we could use another slot receiver because a lot of people ain't trusting Quez Watkins as the third receiver all the way. And I understand, but I feel like he still got more to show. And so if they do go out and get another third receiver, I'm not mad. But first, let that be after you finish and getting everything set for this defense. So I like the move with Kentavius Street, that they went out to get somebody else. Now, I want to say last season he only had about like 3.5 of sacks. It's not all that good from afar, but sometimes you've been on the team, certain team formation and how certain defenses plays or whoever you with, it doesn't fit right. So I'm not going just because of how he had a last season or and not give him a chance to see what he could do on our team. He might do well. He had 6 sacks of a whole career, and like It's not as much now, but you got to give him a chance to start and to get everything going. So I feel like um he could have that chance for us because he got other people around. He got leadership. He got Brandon Grahams. He got Fletcher Cox. He got Sweat. He got all those boys right there around him, and then he got a good defense behind him too with Slade and Bradbury and with our new safety and everything. But then going in with our defensive coordinator that we just got, that I feel like I trust because Desai, I feel like he could he could make something happen because he had that experience, had that defense experience. Like I always say, he come from first with Chicago, then he was with Seattle with two teams that are really known for their defense, like for a long period of time. So he in that system. I feel like he in a good, better system. He in the straight. So and I feel like he have a chance to do it. Now, is he going to? I don't know, but let's give him a chance. Like he might do well, and I just like the move. Like depends on what he do for us next season. That's up to him. But the move that they made, that went out to get a defensive tackle, I like that. They focused on that defense, just trying to patch it up and get everything right going on for this new schedule for next season. And because we're gonna like I always keep saying on mostly all my videos, we're gonna have our defense ready for this type of offenses that we're gonna be playing for 23 to 24 season. Like we gonna be playing some teams, man. It's not gonna be like 22 to 23 season. Like, no, we're gonna be playing some offense. Like, and our defense is gonna have to be prepared. We're gonna have to get these pressure on these quarterbacks that know how to move and move their foot and they and how to move out of the pocket. We're gonna have to know how to actually contain those type of quarterbacks. What's going on, Drew Johnson? Glad you tuned in. But yeah, like we're gonna have to have the defense, these type of linebackers. We're gonna have to have our defensive tackles healthy and ready to know how to stop these quarterbacks that know how to roll out and run with their feet, and know how to extend plays. We're gonna have to get that pressure on these quarterbacks. I feel like we had a lot of pressure last season. Don't get me wrong, we had a lot of pressure on a lot of quarterbacks last season. That was because it's obvious we did, because we had the number one team with the most sacks. So that's obvious we did. But when it came to quarterbacks that know how to extend plays, I saw a little struggle in that. And it's just a fact of athleticism and of getting in. Like, and I feel like we need to get in this. The defensive coordinator plays that he throws out of having a linebacker being a spy, watching the quarterbacks and all that. So that also come in play. So yeah, we just going to have to be. We got to show something different on our defensive side when it comes to that. And then you already know when it comes to stopping the running game, we're going to have enough defensive tackles and enough of good defensive linemen that could push offensive linemen back, that could clutter holes for running backs. Don't have no holes and lanes to run through. Like, we're gonna have to stop them in the backfield enough to stop their momentum, so our linebackers could come up and tackle. Because our defensive linemen, they're gonna have to help out with our linebacker. I always been saying that. Our linebackers have always been the number one struggle on the defense for many seasons for me. Like, and that's how I feel. We had some good safeties before. We had some good cornerbacks before. We had some. We always had good linemen and all that. But when it comes to the linebacker position, I always feel like that's the position we always struggle at. And I know we went out and we picked up a few guys, but to actually know what they're going to actually do, that's up to them going to this 23-24. And hopefully they will actually show something different that we never had before, a really dynamic linebacker. But for as right now, I feel like our linemen going to have to actually help our linebackers to actually come up and stopping these runs, because I mean, they can't do it all. Like, it's a whole team effort. But if they could actually put pressure on these running backs and the quarterback is to actually give these linebackers time to find a flow to actually, you know, pick up on certain things, like check downs and stop and run plays, like, because I feel like those was the crucial things that was doing a lot on us dealing with the 22 to 23s. It was a lot of check downs that they wasn't, you already know, nobody wasn't really getting deep balls on us like that. They wasn't. They couldn't. But it was a lot of check downs and a lot of running plays that I'm like, oh, come on, like, and I feel like we need to get these linebackers and they need to get this position under control. But I feel like if we have our linemen coming in, giving the pressure on these running backs and the quarterback, it will help our linebackers. So, maybe this season our linebackers step up and they don't need that help. But as far as my knowledge right now, I feel like, yeah, that was a good move to go out to get another defensive tackle. Because of Hargrave leaving, we had to swap that out. Like I said, I know it's not an even swap. He's Hargrave did an awesome job, and I'm like, damn, I wish we could have kept him. But you know, this when it comes to the money cap and everything, how everything happens, this is what happens with all teams. So you can't keep everybody, and unfortunately, that's how it happens. So I like the move. I like going to get another lineman, and yeah, I wish him best for us and well for us, and I hope he stay healthy, and I hope he come out focused and next man up and play his game right. I just can't wait to see how he look in the jersey with many other players that came in our and on our team. I can't wait to see how they look on our jersey, and because I'm hearing that we're gonna have that Kelly Green, like we're gonna have that Kelly Green. So I can't even if that's gonna happen. I can't wait till all these when football season come and all these newcomers that's coming in and we bringing back new people, especially the ones that we bringing back, because I can't wait to see how they gonna look differently with this Kelly Green. So that's how I want to see this New Jersey, how this gonna look. But yeah, I want to keep it alone. It was just a little brief, just my little thoughts on Kentavius Street, how I feel that the move that how we made with him coming onto that team, and I like it. I really like the move, regardless of if he a top tier player or not. Just going out there trying to make an effort to get our defense to where it needs to be at. No, I like it. Only thing is, I know how a lot of people feel about all this 1 year deals and 1 year contracts that's going around with us, and I understand because a lot of people feel like, oh, it's going to be the same thing going to next season. That these 1 year deals is going we going to end up not everybody just a lot of people going to end up leaving because it's only a 1 year contract. But you got to understand, 1 year contract is not don't only mean doesn't mean that it can't extend. Like, it just mean like, oh, we're gonna give them this now to see how things work out. And what will do well if we got enough money, the contract, they don't mean that they're gonna actually just leave just because they only have 1 year. They might bring them back or extend the contract. So, but I understand the feeling. All these 1 year deals is going around. I get it. They feel like it's being cheap. There's a lot. Some people I hear a lot of people saying all these cheap deals, but yo, we trying to do what we trying to do to go back to the Super Bowl 23 to 24. So like I don't see nothing wrong with it. We getting players. We thinking about one season at a time. And when that time comes to the next following season, I'm pretty sure they gonna figure out the way and they gonna continue to make these moves. I feel like how the moves that been making that how we been doing for the past 2 seasons, yo, he been on the road. So yeah, I have no choice but to trust him and continue to trust because he been doing real better and been doing good. After all the excuse me, I don't know how I forget his name. The boy that was on our team that was dropping all the passes that went to the Vikings and we booed him. I don't know. His name just slipped. That's how I forgot all about him because that's how much I just started disliking him. Like, but yeah, like, yeah, it's just after him doing all these drafts and picking up players, and yeah, Rager, exactly. Thank you, Drew Johnson. Rager. I don't know how I slipped his mind, like, but uh yeah, Rager, like Jalen Rager, like, after him picking up him, and we picked up some other guys that they people be questioning. I'm like, yo, how are we doing? Like, why he get him? You know, he he made it up for it. He started picking up, he started doing his thing, like going and doing well. So I'm trusting Javi. I'm really trusting him, and yo, like, I'm confident and I like the move. They definitely going to hurt my pockets with the fresh Kelly Greens. Word, man. Yo, I'm thinking about probably give me the doing the same thing. Like, you gotta stay, up to date with these jerseys and stuff. Like, but yeah, like, I gotta see how they gonna look. Like, it have not really been a full, far as my knowledge, have not been the full view of how they're going to look. I think I've been seeing a lot of fan made, a lot of little things, how they going to put it. But I can't wait to actually see how it's going to actually look, the jersey, when they got it on. Like, hopefully it's going to fit. Hopefully it's going to fit well. Hopefully it's going to look good, and I remember me and my, boy, we was talking about the new number of zero being issue, who's going to get that number zero. And I kind of felt like, I would love to see Hurts with zero, because that would probably a quarterback with zero. I just like that look, but I know he got to go through a lot of trading and paying and all that. But I just either Hurts or the running back with that number zero, I think is the best. I hear people say the cornerback Slade will have it, that would be good, or a safety. I won't. That's not too bad, but my thing, I would love to see a quarterback with zero, and I would love to see a running back in that backfield, because you actually, it's just the view of it. You actually would see on a back part when they hiking that ball, or when they hand it off to the running back, you see that number zero. It's just probably gonna look nice. Like, that's how I just feel like, but yeah, like, that's just it. I don't want to keep it so long. I appreciate Drew Johnson for your comments and for supporting and tuning in. I use just a brief little my thoughts on Kentavius Street, and that's what it is. For me, as to be a defensive player with zero. Oh, I feel you. That's what a lot. That's what I told you. That's what I was saying. A couple of people I heard that, like my boy, he was saying that he would want to see Slade with zero. Like, and I'm not gonna debate that. It's not too bad. I just felt like a lot of time dealing with on the defensive side, when you're trying to view it, when, like, how they watching the game and you up, it's kind of hard because the defensive side is facing forward. Like, you mostly see the helmet. You don't see the jersey as much. Yeah, when they defend it, you don't really see it that much. So that's how I feel about it. Only when, like, the play is over and they going back to the huddle and everything, then you might see the number, you might whatever. But I'm looking at as a view position, like, on a lot of camera position of seeing the jersey, like, you see it more on the offensive side because of how they view the camera on the offensive side, and you view it, and they focus a lot more on the quarterback and the running back views more than a lot of the wide receivers. You don't hardly see wide receivers in the picture until you hike the ball and the camera gotta move. You might see linemen, but I don't. That would be weird if a lineman with a zero. So that would be out of the picture right there. But I just feel like you would see it more better on a quarterback and a running back. That's the reason why I say a quarterback. You would actually see it, and you actually enjoy the number on them than being on the defensive side, because I don't think you'll be able to see the number as much. Like, so, you know, that's how I feel about it. But at the same time, it's still gonna look good regardless. And I do like the point of a corner, because corner is a little more smaller, more slimmer, and the zero, that'd be good. Same thing with a safety. Defense is not bad too, so I'm not gonna debate that. It's not bad too. I prefer quarterbacks and running back. But yeah, man, like, it's a lot of moves going on with these defensive side. Continue it. That's all I'm gonna say. Continue it. And you know, I won't say use all your draft picks for defense. I understand you want to make sure everything is straight too on the offense as that, because you know how things get out of hand sometimes too. So like I was saying, like, we a lot of people was talking about getting a third receiver, another third receiver, because they don't know if they want to trust Quez Watkins. But I feel like he got more to show. I know he had a lot of hiccups going on to last season, but I feel like you know, sometimes just like where with a lot of other players, sometimes one season they had those hiccups and they learn from it, because he, even though he had those hiccups, he didn't like. It's not like he didn't have games that he, you know, he did his thing. It was a lot of plays that he came in the clutch for us. It's not. It wasn't like Jalen Rager when it was just all like, oh, one thing another. Oh, come on, man. No, like he had a lot of clutch plays. And it wasn't like, of course, it wasn't like AJ Brown and Devontae Smith and Dallas Goedert. Of course, it wasn't like them, but he still had plays that he came in the clutch. So I feel like he still earned another chance. Now if he on the same thing again, that same making those type same hiccups going on to 23 and 24, yeah, it's a wrap now. Like, he got to get that out of him. But I feel like for those type of clutch plays he did make for us, especially in that Steelers game and other games that he had played, I feel like he deserved another chance. But I won't be upset and I won't be surprised, and I will be good if they do go out to just in case and get another slot receiver, get another third receiver, just to give him a head. I wouldn't be too upset about that. So that's why I say I won't say use all your draft, use all your picks. I won't say on the defensive side, but just make sure you get that covered, because that's the most important thing to me right now. That's all I'm worried about. We don't want to go into 23 to 24 season. We scoring high, but we still losing. You know, we end up being like the Detroit Lions, because be honest, the Detroit Lions last season was scoring. They was scoring like, Jared Goff was scoring. He was moving that ball downfield. But when you scoring, your defense can't stop a play, and their defense is a little bit more better, you're going to lose a game with a high score. Like, and I don't want to end up being like that. We scoring, we scoring, but then we still up losing. Like the end of the game score is what, 40 to 38. Yeah, we got 38 points, but we lost though. Like, why? Because our defense couldn't stop. I don't want it to end up being that way. Let's get this defense ready. And I feel like that's what they doing. And yeah, like I always say, I'm not looking for us to be the best defense going to 23 to 24. I'm not. If we do, I'll be happy. Yeah, of course. But I'm not gonna put the pressure. Oh yeah, I want us to be the best. But don't be trash. Don't be doing boneheaded plays. Don't be trash. At least be decent. That's all we ask. We got a good enough offense. As long as our defense is decent, that's all we need. A decent defense. And that's play hard and playing aggressive, continue to play aggressive, because like I'm saying, we're gonna be playing some offense going to next season, and our defense is gonna have to be prepared. Is the offense we playing, yo, like I said, we got the Dolphins, 49ers, Kansas City. We even got Seattle, Geno Smith. He's starting to come back balling. Yo, we got some offense, like, and that's just a small thing. I don't want to go through the whole schedule, but that's just a small. You already know how division rivalries is like. It's always like that, so we gonna have to be prepared for the defense. So I don't want to repeat myself. I don't want to continue to say the same thing over and over. Just know that I'm okay and I'm happy and I'm content with the decision that Howie made of getting another defensive tackle. Kentavius Street. I'm trying to say his name right. I wish him best of luck for the Eagles, and I hope he show forth, and I hope he do his thing. We gonna see. It's a couple of months before preseason, then a little bit more months, before regular season start. We not even halfway there yet, but we getting close. I hardly can't even wait already. Like, I'm waiting to see us come back and redo this. So yeah, like. thanks for tuning in. Thank you, Jew Johnson, for tuning in. And yeah, like I'm glad you said you all for the defense. I'm all for the defense too. I ain't gonna lie, I'm more of an offense, but I do respect defense. And I'm more of an offense just because I'm more of a going down the field and trying to get some points on the field. But I do respect the defense, and I do understand at this moment I'm all for defense right now because defense is important. You can't win nothing without a decent or a good defense. So, and I respect defense. And right now, it's all about the defense. I'm not even around. I love offense, but I don't care nothing about offense right now. It's all about the defense. They need all the attention right now. So glad Drew Johnson, you tuned in. I appreciate your support. Glad for everybody that's been liking, subscribing, following, tuning in, to the spaces, to everything. We're gonna have more. We're gonna talk about more. Unfortunately, I gotta get ready to get myself situated because I gotta go back to grinding and go back to working because I'm doing this, but it's still grinding. You gotta still do what you gotta do. Got mouth to feed and all this other stuff. So I gotta get myself situated so I'll go back, in the daily life, like like everybody do. So but I'll be back in to give y'all more information and updates about more stuff. And like I said, thank you and I appreciate it. It's your boy Hyphen Jers. Thank you for tuning in. I'm out, man. Bird gang.